All right, all the notifications coming in. Good morning. Karen Sims Harrell, Coach Cash, Twisted Threads LLC, all of the things. Listen, I don't even got time to go through it. Y'all know that if you're on my page, you getting some connection from somewhere. Don't trip, y'all. Real simple. Y'all know I come with a title and I'm keeping it straight and 100 today. Don't trip by what it is you're seeing. Don't trip by what it is that's going on in the reports that we're getting. Why? Because not all of the reports are accurate, right? But we have to stay level-minded in this time and in this season. And so I just came on as a reminder, because some of us might be ready to trip about the kids. We ready to trip about the news report. Listen, some of us had New Year's resolutions that we wanted to lose 10 pounds, and we ain't know how the Lord was going to come through and let us lose 10 pounds. I'm making a joke about it, but we've got to stay focused, right? We've got to be reminded of what is our business. We've got to be reminded of what it is that we are required to do, even the things that we want to do, right? Is it in alignment with the plan that is set for our lives, and making sure that whatever our path is, that in this season, we can't have too many opinions coming through. Morning, sis. Love you, Ruth. Rini. Why am I saying Ruth? I don't know. You know I don't call you that. Love you, girl. Because there's some decisions that we need to make, and sis, you know this, that everybody's not going to understand. They're going to have more questions why, and then their why questions will become a distraction to us. And so some of the things we've got to just say, okay, if this is the plan that God has given to you, let me figure out how I can support you in prayer, how I can support you in your journey, how I can support you in what it is that you believe is the best thing for you. Now, wisdom speaks always, right? We wouldn't be good friends if we didn't hear the stories, if we didn't hear the testimonies about where wisdom was applied, where we said, I went to an expert, I went to the doctor, I went to the holistic person, whoever it is that we stay connected. So, right? Won't be before you long while, because I got another meeting to get to. I'm on their clock right now. But I had to remind us today, don't trip. Think it was Saturday, Friday, whatever day I came and said, it's time for us to stretch. Our stretching season, but we've also got to be reminded, right, that sometimes when things get uncomfortable, sometimes when we like, no, I would rather not, right? I would rather not be working. I tell my husband every day, I'm the rich man's wife. This past week, I acted like a pure D rich man's wife is what I acted. But we've got to be reminded, because there are things that will be distractions to our health. Good morning, Bart. There are things that we got to reclaim. I think that's the reason why this whole don't trip is on my mind, because many of us, and I've been saying this for a while now, we are the blueprint, right? The younger generation is trying to figure out how they get off this struggle bus. Well, sometimes we got to stay on the struggle bus and make an exchange to another bus, right? And get to another zone. But during that time, we're learning lessons where we are fortifying, right? Our resolve. We are becoming resilient in places that we didn't even know resilience was needed. Now, will we rather pass the test? Probably. But here's the thing. Each day that we succeed, each day that we come through with the come through, right? Not only do we become a stronger blueprint and our blue becomes brighter, it's almost like one of those blue neon lights. You can't miss it. Many of y'all got night lights or had night lights for your kids or for yourselves too, because sometimes, honey, hitting that foot on the corner wasn't worth it. So we had night lights. And there's a difference in an LED like type night light versus those dim lights that might be just a little bit like daylight or natural light, whatever we call it. Because those LED lights, right, you're going to see them under the door. You're going to see that light shine. You around a corner. It's like it's something around there. I'm not sure where it is. And so many of us have to change our strategy, right? Change the way that we're listening to information. That's what's going to allow us to keep on that don't trip mentality, right? That's the mindset that we've got to take on right now, because there are a lot of different reports and some of them are conflicting. And y'all know how we get when we get excited, right? Or we let emotions get in the way. We don't even hear things correctly. correctly. I promise you, when my husband and I disagree, honey, we argue. I don't know about the rest of y'all might be like, no, we just have a disagreement. We argue. And most of the time when we arguing, we are saying the same thing. And I promise you, my biggest challenge in my marriage is that I marry somebody who is very similar to me in his communication style. And so we both have to learn how to listen to each other, because he'll be saying something thinking he arguing with me, or I'll be saying something thinking I'm arguing with him, and we saying the same doggone thing, but we got to take the time to listen. And so we got to put on our don't trip listening ears, right? And make sure whatever it is, you got to take it to God, and then leave that thing there, right? Many of us, sickness, stress, headaches, stomach aches, arthritis, just all kinds of things that come up because we didn't go back to the golden rule of what? Cast our cares on him. Why? 1, because he got the answer already. 2, because he is the answer already. 3, because we weren't meant to carry this stuff, right? Like when I have heavy baggages, I promise you, I'd be like, yes, here, I become totally helpless. Hello, strong man, figure it out. I'm just going to stand there and be like, go ahead, you got it, boo. I'm encouraged. Go ahead, husband, do it. You better carry them books in them back. Why? Because if we could do that in real life, imagine how different our life would be if we did that, right, in the spiritual. If we did it in all of the areas of our life, that when things become too heavy, we just move out of the way. Don't trip, right? For those of us, I want to remind us there are some that have means to assist. Figure out the best way to assist, right? So that their doors will remain open. Go ahead and do that. If you want to volunteer, if you've got extra tomatoes, potatoes, peppers, whatever at your house, figure out how we supply our neighborhood. See, the thing is, when I say that we're the blueprint, see, we've been doing this for years, and people are trying to figure out just now, how can they get it done? Like, what we gonna do if SNAP goes away? Well, then I guess we better start doing potluck. Y'all remember that back in the day? We used to do potluck. Not everybody potluck. Now listen, if your house ain't clean, you just come for a meal here. Don't you be bringing sickness and discord in the realm of some chili or a pot of cat hair. Leave that over there. I said what I said. However, we've got to build community right now, right? And I'm not a big name. I'm not yet in a lot of arenas, but every arena that I'm in, I know that I bring impact, and so do you. And so we want to remind you, right? Get those things together. Organize them. It doesn't take a lot of people. If you got 10 people coming together, you're fed probably 10 different families, probably upwards of 50 to 60 people. And if we take on that mindset, right, the weapon loses its power, right? No weapon formed shall prosper. So I love this, but I'm going to tell you, we talk conspiracy theory over here and whatever, because now we've got somebody who is creating a problem. And I promise you, by the final hour, listen, that person is going to be the rescue, come in and be the savior. But are you really the savior if you was the one who caused the problem? Cut it out now. We got to show some sense, right? We got to show some mindfulness. And this is not a political post. But there are certain things that are happening, right? And it's not all political. Some of it is spiritual. Some of it is they gonna run up and find out, right? And the run up and find out is this. You're gonna find out we ain't even bothered. Because if you need to eat and I got extra, then y'all eating over here. If I need to eat and y'all got extra, then we're eating over there. We got to take on that mentality and make sure that we do not revisit and rinse and repeat some of the bad habits that came during the pandemic, right? Y'all went out, y'all bought all the toilet tissue, then nobody had no toilet tissue. They was able to raise prices on things because we became hoarders instead of sharers. And so I want to just remind us, don't trip. We've been through stuff before. We've some of us have drove the struggle bus. We ain't just ride on it. Like, we was the chief primary member on struggle buses at certain times. And so we want to take that resiliency and teach others, right? Those of you who know how to farm, Teach others how to farm. Those of you who got backyard gardens that are lush and overflowing, teach us, right? Become the sensei in our lives so that we are able to sustain. But many of us are speaking things out of turn, out of way. So be careful what you speak. Right? Not just about people, but about yourself. I always talk about faith affirmations. What you say about yourself shapes the world that you live in. So be careful what you allow to come out your mouth. Stop saying I'm broke. Please stop saying I'm broke. Please stop saying that, right? You say my money is on assignment. Unfortunately, it ain't coming your way right now. Listen, maybe it don't really sound right. If somebody got a better way to say it, then we'll become students of how they say it. But just wanted to remind us, don't trip. I've seen a lot of things over the weekend. People are still experiencing loss. People are still experiencing being unprepared. I talked to my husband this weekend about us. Y'all know, if you've heard me at any time, I say stay ready so you don't have to get ready. You know why? Because if you're already ready, the people who will scramble when it's time, right? And you're with your back against the wall, we don't always make the best decisions. But if you plan on sustainability, I'm not talking about just conspiracy theories or, becoming one of those folks who's like a doomsday preparer. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying, take heed to the wisdom that is around you. There are other people who know more than you, right? Take heed to what it is that they're saying, the direction, both spiritual and the natural, to make sure we all are on point for what it is that we need to do during this time. All right. I said I wasn't going to be on you long. If this message blessed you in any way, please like it, share it, comment, say something. Why? Because we need to be engaged with community, to not trip. Yep. Some of these decisions, you're going to see life in a different way over the next couple of weeks. Oh, I feel that, Lord. But we have to be mindful of what is the direction that was given to us. So Karen's direction is not going to look like, not even going to always look the same as Alfred's direction, even though we are in the same household. But my direction is not going to look like the same of what you are being instructed to do. So be wise, move diligently, but don't trip. Don't do that. Cast all your cares. Why? Because that's biblical, it's scriptural, and there's a promise connected to you. Many of us are in our be taken care of season. Okay. I know that's where I am, but it's not always just my husband needs to take care of me or my children need to take care of me. I need to make sure that I'm placing myself in positions for those who are around me to also follow suit, right? And do the things that they are being instructed to do. I love y'all. Happy Monday. Make it amazing. Make it an amazing day because you have that power to do so. Make it an amazing week. One of the things that I just shared on my on a separate post, and I got this resource online as well, and it's findhelp.com. I think it is findhelp.org, and you can put in your zip code to see what resources are closest to you. Now, everybody is not going to have everything. Some of the people might be running out, but that may also give you the opportunity to make connections, to find out who you can support and share some of your means with. God has prepared some of us, right, to be resources for others. And so if that is your assignment, don't get weary. Activate. All right. Love y'all. Be blessed.